Good day, viewers, and welcome to the Sport Trap Show. I am your host, Brian Munango, updating you and unpacking the latest sports news. Well, Inter Milan reached the first Champions League final after 13 years as Lautaro Martinez's sole goal of the match gave them a 3-0 aggregate win against AC Milan. And tonight, in the other Champions League semi-final feature, we see Manchester City hosting Real Madrid. Well, this is now the best team in Europe versus the most consistent team in the Champions League. You know, 14 titles, most goals scored and most matches played in the Champions League. So today we will see who goes through to the final. I certainly believe if Man City can get over Real Madrid, they can go on and win the Champions League, Premier League, and the FA Cup, the treble that is. Yes, I'm boldly saying that. And if they don't and Madrid get their way, and then I guess we won't know who wins the Champions League with that. Well, with that being said, let's get into today's hit list. Well, the 2023 Capricorn Group Schools Netball League launched yesterday at Windhoek Gymnasium Netball Courts. We have an interview with Marlies Horn and Roger to just update us on what to expect from this year's Netball League. Stay tuned for those interviews.
As the sponsor of this National League, Capricorn Group really looks forward to the 2023 season. If last year was anything to go by, this year will be even more competitive, a lot of sportsmanship, and that is what makes this league so special. And the fact that, you know, we are going to play matches in so many towns, not only in Windhoek, and that so many schools and age groups are participating. You know, we've got a broad field of netball players playing, and there's also always a very nice spirit amongst the teams participating. For us as Capricorn Group, we are committed to be connectors of positive change, and investment in sport, especially women's sport, is a high priority for us and will continue to be.
Okay, well, tell us quickly, how important was it for Capricorn Group to get back on board this year again after last year?
As I said, we are very committed to the development of sport in Namibia, and our focus is on women's sport. And netball is a sport that, you know, so many age groups can participate in. It's a lively game, a lot of participants, parents, friends coming together. There's a great atmosphere, and for us as Capricorn Group, it just makes sense to associate our name with this. Our subsidiary Bank Windhoek used to sponsor this, and we took it over from them. So indirectly, this is still also part of Bank Windhoek's portfolio of a wide portfolio of investment in sport.
Okay, and personally, how excited are you for the new season?
I'm very excited. I don't have daughters that play netball anymore. They are in university, but I have been part of this netball community for 14, 15 years, and it's a great community to be part of. A lot of passionate officials and players, and I really look forward to a great season, a lot of close matches, because that is where the thrill and excitement comes in, when the matches are so competitive. And obviously, we hope that there are not any serious injuries.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I think the tournament, the league that has been sponsored by Capricorn is very important for us as NSSU. We've got an objective of rolling out what we call long-term athlete development. And we can't do long-term athlete development without a proper league structure in place. So actually what Capricorn is doing is they are helping us furthering our objective in terms of implementing a league system, a school league system. That has always been our dream. When I came there, we said one of the things that we need to eradicate is to go with a trial system where kids are brought for a weekend, one day to play trials and to select a team. What we do is that you want to engage kids over a period of time so that at least they can showcase their talent, they can be identified, proper talent ID can be done during the playing of the league matches, and then a select group of a squad system, a squad list then can be developed, which will then be refined over a period of time by the selective coaches and so on. So that's what they're trying to do. So what Capricorn is doing is really just coming on board to help us further that objective. So from our side, from where we are as NSSU, is that we are very appreciative of that effort, and we hope other corporates can come on board and a different other sport. We've got about 15 sport codes, and netball is but only one of our codes, and then we've got other 14 codes as well. That needs the same level of capital injection or scholarship injection to get us to where we want to go.
Yeah, how important is it, do you think, to have corporates get on board for youth sports, for youth development, and events like this?
It is critically important to have corporates come on board. I think it is also important for us as an organization to demonstrate our ability to make sure that that partnership is managed well, to have the good governance systems in place, to display the correct governance principles and ethics and so on. But sponsorship is very important. We cannot grow school sports in the country without that investment that we need into school sports. I think school sports is also very important for the sake of, it is a very foundation, it is the very important foundational pillar in sports development. We can't get to the level of even the Desert Jewels or the Brave Warriors or the Brave Gladiators if we don't implement our development projects here or programs here at school sports in a proper way. And this is why we've been saying at NSSU that our development efforts here needs to be complemented by the national federations in terms of they need to guide us in terms of what are the programs that we need to implement, how should they implement it, what are the right level of qualifications and capabilities that people need to implement those programs, so that ultimately when we deliver these kids to the national pathway or that is owned by the federations, at least the kids will have been developed in a proper way.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, the Capricorn Group Netball League starts off this weekend at the Wanderers Stadium. We are very excited for that one. Namibia impresses at the Africa Continental Championship in Hammamet, Tunisia, while Calvin Dreyer grabbed Namibia's first gold on his debut at the championship, and he also scooped up a bronze medal in the 45 kg freestyle, while Lafras Uys picked up a silver medal and a bronze medal in the 92 kg weight class. Lazarus Aimbodi gets a bronze medal in the 55 kg weight class. Well, as we can see there's the gold medalist first attempt at the championship, winning himself a gold medal. We are still left with the under 20 category that's set to start today, but we so far have 5 medals from the championship that is taking place in Tunisia. We are very happy and excited about that. Well, the game changer is up next after the break. Well, as you can see, Mane Hendricks, the newly appointed president of the Namibia Horse Racing Association, is excited about his new role as well as this weekend's MTC Winter Cup horse racing event. We caught up with him yesterday, and this is what he had to say.
Yes, can you please introduce yourself, sir?
Thank you, Limba. My name is Mane Hendricks.
I'm the president of Horse Racing Namibia. I have been elected in the beginning of March 2023 for a 2-year term. So my term will end officially on the 28th of March 2025. At the moment, I have big plans and mostly development based for horse racing in Namibia. We, based on supporters and spectators at our events, we are one of the fastest growing sports in our country. So to say that we are underrated as a sport in general. My main focus for my term is to look mostly at the welfare of jockeys, at the welfare of horses, of loading and loading facilities of horses at events. Generally, also, I would like to look at the safety of spectators at our events, in general, to come into the horse racing tracks, where we are trying to avoid incidents where horses run over the spectators. Also, I would like to take the sport to different corners of our country, mostly to the northern part where it's in the red line and it's a foot and mouth zone. We are trying to work around the clock with the authorities to see how we can take the sport to the northern parts of the country with the veterinary services and Ministry of Agriculture. Also, I would like to focus on generally medical aid and for the jockeys and to bring on more sponsors into our sport and in general to grow the sport to greater heights.
Okay, so can you just take us through Saturday's event that is going to take place in Khobabes?
On Saturday we would start around 10. We have 17 mouth-watering races, of which 9 would be for imported horses and 8 would be for non-bred horses that are locally bred. Of course, it's going to be, we will have the 3 main bouts, the main races, which will be one for the non-bred horses, the 2,000 meters. Also, we have the open 1,400 meters. And also the 2,000 meters for the non-bred open race. Lady Diamond, Ekuva, Sunnyside will be the title contenders for that one. We don't know, we had reports that the freedom fighter is not well, so we are just praying that the horse is up and ready for Saturday's event. In the 1,400 meters, we would have Able Surprise, Visigoth, the defending champion. Also Stalile would partake in that one, and also a few surprises in the main bout. That is the MTC Winter Cup, the 2,000 meters. We will have the French Leaf, the defending champion. That the owners say is going to give a run for its money. Also Imperial Ruby. We would have Port Key, Crystal Stream. Those are the horses that are we would have in total 9 horses for that main bout, and prize money for that one would be paid for position 1 until position 4, and a total of 40,000 has been allocated for that one. So 10% of all the proceeds will go to the jockeys. So it's a 200,000 race, so 20,000 would be proportionately be allocated for the jockeys throughout the day.
Okay, so for the horse racing fans, any message perhaps?
Come in numbers, come and support horse racing, your #1 sport for Namibia.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well, that's another exciting event that will be taking place this weekend in Khobabes for those that love horse racing. Well, the sharpshooter is up next, but after we visit the marketplace.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future. Not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
Well, the sports public lecture under the theme Changing the Future in Sports in Namibia took place at NAST earlier today. Henk Botha speaking about sustainability and difficulties in sports. Let's take a look.
Crawl if you must. Just never give up. Don't buy gold, earn gold. Today I've been asked to discuss 3 points, and one of them is winning everything in sport. So obviously, let me just get to the right place. Obviously, winning is the most important thing when competing in sport. While winning certainly gives us great joy and happiness, we must also understand that there are greater values in sport. Athletics is a core promoter of character, development, teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. It teaches us to overcome challenges and constantly strive for improvement. While victory brings immense joy and sense of accomplishment, the true essence of sport lies in the journey itself, the process of self-discovery, growth, and personal achievement. Therefore, let us cherish the values instilled by track and field, or for that matter, all sport, for they extend far beyond the mere act of winning. Then there was also a question put to me, is politics needed in sport? Now, this is a very sensitive matter, and obviously we must just make sure that this is not an attack against politicians or politics itself. It's just on the point where the politics must be in sport.
Definitely informative panel discussion we had going on there. Our special Le Rugby Joel segment is up next after the break.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Well, beside triple world champion South Africa, Namibia is the best African team in terms of Rugby World Cup participation. They've been a part of the competition since 1999, following the flanker Wian Conradi, who scored 3 against Kenya during the Rugby Africa Cup 2022, which we won 36-0, and the young scorers Cliven Lobster and Pierre Vellensteenkamp got onto the score sheet there as they scored a few tries for us. Well, definitely we look forward to the World Cup this year, and if you guys want to stand a chance to go to France for the World Cup, you definitely should take part in the competition, which is the Le Jol Rugby. Well, up next we have Ariochad, who is on standby, so please do stay tuned.
This May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you. Oh. Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat. I mean, I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
Let me separate. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DSTV.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with cycling news. The Giro d'Italia continuing in Italy, one of the elite men's cycle races on the men's cycle calendar, and stage 10 that was concluded. It was a bit of a rainy day as well. In the end, it was Magnus Kort of Denmark that came out as winner in a sprint to the line with two other cyclists. It was him winning with Derek G of Canada in second place. The winning time was 4 hours 51 minutes and 15 seconds. And in third position was Alessandro De Marci. And it is the general classifications. It is still Gareth Thomas of Great Britain that leads. His combined time after stage 10 is 39 hours, 26 minutes and 33 seconds. He's just in front of Primož Roglic. It's just 2 seconds that is leading him. And also just further 5 seconds back is Tao Geoghegan of Great Britain. So very tight still in the general classifications for the first 3 positions. Southern African interests, Sir Ryan Gibbons of South Africa, he is racing in the Giro d'Italia, and he was a 68th position in stage 10. Overall, he's number 67 at the moment, and it is 58 minutes behind the leader. Moving on to tennis news, still also in Italy, lots of good sport happening in Italy. It's in Rome. It is the Italian Open Tennis, and the big news there was that another big seed that fell, it was Andrei Rublev, number 6 seed. He's out of the tournament. He was beaten by Yannick Hoffmann. He is from Germany, and he beat him by 7-6, 4-6 and 6-3. The unbeaten Yannick Hoffmann now through to the quarterfinals, where he's going to have a tough game against the 3rd seed, that is Daniil Medvedev. Also in the quarterfinals is Helge Rune. He is from Denmark. He's the number 7 seed. He's got a tough game coming up. He will play against Novak Djokovic. And also players still in the tournament to watch out for is Casper Ruud, number 4 seed, and number 5 seed Stefanos Tsitsipas. In the women's side of the draw, it is Paula Badosa of Spain also through. She beat Karolina Maskova by 3 sets. And it is Iga Swiatek. She's through. She will now play Elena Rybakina, the 7th seed in the quarterfinals. Continuing international sports news with soccer news, it is the Champions League that continued, and it was quarterfinals time, the second leg. It was an Italian rivalry, and 2 Italian rivals and very strong teams that fight out for the final. In the end, it was Inter Milan that beat AC Milan, and that was a game that they played at their home. They beat them by 1-0, and they through to the final of the Champions League. The aggregate score was 3-0. The final will be played on the 10th of June in Istanbul. Then Formula 1 Grand Prix to finish off this weekend again. It's the 6th one of the season. It is the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix that is at Imola in Italy. And there's been weather concerns. In fact, there's been flooding around the area, and the Santerno River is just next to the racetrack. So there was concern by Formula 1 of flooding of the racetrack, but it seems like the weather will hopefully clear leading up to the weekend for this Grand Prix to take place on Sunday. After the Grand Prix in Imola, they will move over to Monaco for the 7th race of the season in 2 weeks' time. So that's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's Sports Wrap show. Sports Wrap definitely will be back again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Goodbye.